a storm rolling hard through the Kansas night, turning fence posts silver in the lightning light. Got a pine wood box strapped down behind, and the dead man's words running through my mind. Caleb went quiet in a hospital bed, put his father's watch in my palm and said, "Take me back west where the cottonwoods grow. Don't let them bury me where nobody knows." I said, "Brother, I swear on the miles we crossed, then the machines went still and the room went lost. Now the rain cuts deep and the highway bends, but a promise ain't done till the road finally ends. I got a promise nailed to the storm tonight, a brother riding home in the lightning white, through the black rain falling and the hard wind torn. I won't leave him alone where his blood wasn't born. Let the thunder speak, let the cold wheels roll. I got his last wish burning holes in my soul, till his mother's hands touch what the road carried on. I got a promise nailed to the stone. Hold on, ride strong, carry him back home. The bridge near Wichita was flooding high, state man waving every traveler aside. Said, "Turn back, rider, that water will rise." I looked at that box and I heard Caleb's eyes. Found an old farm road through the mud and grain, rear wheel sliding in the freezing rain. At a boarded up station my motor went dead. I put my coat across my brother instead. The farmer came out with a lantern flame, saw the wooden box, never asked my name. Pulled out his truck and a rusted chain, said no son should be kept from home by rain. I got a promise nailed to the storm tonight, a brother riding home in the lightning white, through the black rain falling and the hard wind torn. I won't leave him alone where his blood wasn't born. Let the thunder speak, let the cold wheels roll. I got his last wish burning holes in my soul, till his mother's hands touch what the road carried on. I got a promise nailed to the stone. Dawn came pale by a cottonwood field. His mother stood there with a hurt too real. She touched that box, then touched my face. Said he always said you'd find this place. I gave her the watch, she held it tight, said it stopped at the hour he left this life. Then she looked at my back, at the mud and the scars, said you brought my boy through the wrath of the dark. We laid him down where the tall grass bends, beside his father and his childhood friends. When the first clear light hit the wet headstone, I heard that storm say, "Brother, go on." I had a promise nailed to the storm last night, carried my brother home through the lightning white, through the black rain falling and the hard wind torn. I didn't leave him alone where his blood wasn't born. Let the thunder fade, let riding on. I kept the promise through the storm. Watching her hand, mud on my chrome. Rest now, kill it. You're finally home. County road empty, running late. A black type ribbon turns into stone, where a man meets every truth alone. I stopped by the hill with the wooden cross, bottle in my hand for the boys we lost. The names cut deep where the wild weeds grow, and the night stood still on that gravel road. I said, brothers, I ain't been living right, been chasing the dark, been feeding the fight. But I heard that wind through the dead oak trees, like their old voices calling back to me. Sing me a gravel road requiem for the wild ones gone and the man I've been, for the broken wheels and the promises burned, for every lesson I was too proud to learn. Let the dust rise high, let the night unfold. I got scars for silver and regret for gold, till my last breath falls where the cold winds blow. Sing me a requiem on that gravel road. Ride low, ride slow, for the ones below that gravel road. There was a boy in me before all this, before hard liquor and a goodbye kiss. He had clean hands and a woman's trust, before the road ground everything to dust. She begged me once by the kitchen door, said, you keep leaving, I can't love you more. I heard her cry and still turn that key. Some wounds ain't done till they set you free. I ain't asking for the past returned, or a clean white soul where my sins once burned. Just one more night to face what I know and leave something honest on that gravel road. Sing me a gravel road requiem for the wild ones gone and the man I've been, for the broken wheels and the promises burned, for every lesson I was too proud to learn. Let the dust rise high, let the night unfold. I got scars for silver and regret for gold. One for the dead, one for the hurt, one for the fool still wearing his skin, trying like hell to be human again. I can't undo what my hands let fall, can't answer every graveyard call, but I can ride straight, I can say the names, I can carry the love and put down the blame. Gravel road, ride low, 3 shots poured, 1 engine low, carry me home, down that gravel road. There's a storm coming down from the Oklahoma plain, chasing my tail light through a curtain of rain. Got a highway map folded under my seat, and a dead man's letter I was sworn to keep. He gave it to me in a hospital room, said take this home if I don't pull through. I put it away like a debt unpaid, then rode 3 years with the choice I made. Every time lightning cut the western sky, I saw his pale face and his tired eyes. Some promises don't fade when a brother's gone. They rattle like thunder till you make them right. I got thunder in my saddlebags, a storm full of words I should have carried back. A brother's last breath, a mother's front door road I kept riding to avoid one more. Let the rain beat down, let the engine drag. I can't run thunder in my saddlebags. Tonight I'm heading where the old truth waits, with a letter in my hand and a heart to lay. Ride it back, carry that weight from the road, no more escape. His mother's out sat beneath a walnut tree, white wooden porch like he described to me. I killed the engine half a mile away, stood in that rain with nothing wise to say. She opened the door before I knocked twice, didn't ask my name, she read my eyes. Said I've been waiting since the day he died. Then held out her hand while I stood outside. Paper felt heavier than iron and stone. 3 years of running rolled into one. She pressed it to her chest and whispered low, "Thank you for bringing my boy back home." I got thunder in my saddlebags, a storm full of words I should have carried back. A brother's last breath, a mother's front door, a road I kept riding to avoid one more. Let the rain beat down, let the engine drag. I can't outrun thunder in my saddlebags. A night I face where the old true waits, with an empty hand and a heart too late. Asked me in for a cup of black coffee, said his photograph right there before me. 2 young riders with dust in their hair, like the world never told us it wouldn't play fair. She said, "Son, you carried this far too long. My boy wouldn't want your whole life gone." I couldn't speak, just bowed my head and let myself grieve for the living and dead. When I stepped outside, the storm had passed. A clean black road shone like broken glass. I left that house with this patch on my back, and no more thunder in my saddlebags. I had thunder in my saddlebags, a storm full of words I finally carried back. A brother's last breath reached his mother's front door, and the road don't own that burden anymore. Let the dawn break white, let the old rain pass. A man ain't free till he faces his past. Tonight I ride lighter through the clear and black, with a brother in my heart and no thunder on my back. Came through. Brother, I kept my word to you. Town with an empty glass and the rain coming down. The waitress said, "Boy, you look like hell." I said, "Hell knows me pretty well." There's a matchbook number I'll never call, a faded knife mark in a bathroom wall, a pocket full of change, a tank half dry in a road out west where the old ghosts hide. I hear those engines from another life, hear my brothers laughing in the night. I can't bring them back, can't make things right, but I can keep their memory alive. I got burned miles behind my soul. Burn miles behind, still rolling, still alive. There was a girl with a raven tattoo. She loved the man I was trying to lose. Left her ring on a gasoline can. Said you love that road more than any woman can. I watched the tail lights fading to red, with 100 apologies stuck in my head. Some men run wild, some men run scared, some men lose everything that ever cared. So I carved a name where the chrome still shines, next to the brothers I left behind. Every scar I own, every bridge I burned, is a lesson the road made sure I learned. I got burned miles behind me, black smoke ahead, a highway full of promises I left for dead. No mercy in the mirror, no peace in my bed, just a flame in my chest where the good times bled. I ride with the lost, I ride with the gone, I ride when the night says I don't belong. Let the whole world break, let the cold wheels roll. I got burned miles behind me, but they won't take my soul. I ain't looking for a clean way out, I ain't looking for a crowd to shout. I made my bed on a yellow line, with an outlaw heart and borrowed time. When my motor falls quiet, when my hands turn cold, lay my jacket down where the night winds blow. Don't write no sorrow, don't carve no line, just light one match and let the sparks rise. Smoke ahead, a highway full of promises I left for dead. No mercy in the mirror, no peace in my bed, just a flame in my chest where the good times bled. I ride with the lost, I ride with the gone, I ride when the night says I don't belong. Let the whole world break, let the cold wheels roll. I got burned miles behind me, but they won't take my soul. Won't take my soul. Won't take my soul. Burn miles behind me. One fire still glows. Night keeps calling, and I still roll. I rode into Memphis with the river running high, a stolen memory and a storm in my eyes. Beale Street sleeping under blue neon rain, same old corner, still remember my shame. There was a club in an alley where the back doors breathe, where I made one promise I was too weak to keep. A brother named Ellis took a fall meant for me, while I rode out west pretending I was free. He did 8 hard years with his mouth shut tight. Never gave my name, never asked me to ride. Now I got his release date burned in my vest, and a dead no highway ever laid to rest. I got a midnight dead in Memphis town, a brother I buried while he still walked around. Got his time on my conscience, got his blood in my pride, and no more empty road where a coward can hide. Let the river roll black, let the thunder begin. I can't buy back years, but I can face my sin. When that prison gate opens and the truth comes down, I pay my midnight debt in Memphis town. Paid down, Memphis town. No more running, turn around. I parked by the gate at 9:15, held his old helmet from another life. When he stepped outside with a gray in his beard, he looked right through me like I wasn't there. I said, Ellis, I know what I stole. He lit up a smoke, said you stole more than roads. My little boy grew while I learned prison walls. My woman quit coming after my 3rd year gone. I reached for the keys to take what is mine. He said, a bike don't replace no lost time. You wanna pay something, stand where I stand, and help me remember I still am a man. I got a midnight dead in Memphis town, a brother I buried while he still walked around. Got his time on my conscience, got his blood in my pride, and no more empty road where a coward can hide. Let the river roll black, let the thunder begin. I can't buy back years, but I can face my sin. With his cold eyes open and the truth coming down, I pay my midnight debt in Memphis town. Sons apart in the south side of town. We stayed on that sidewalk, couldn't make a sound. I said, nah, brother. He shook his head, said, what does a father say when his boy thought him dead? I said, tell him the truth, don't dress it in gold. Tell him you're sorry and you're trying to hold. That door swung open, a young man stood still and said, Dad. And the whole night healed. I stood in the rain outside their embrace, felt some old iron fall out of place. A dead ain't ended when a man says his name, but tonight I stopped adding more weight to the chain. I had a midnight dead in Memphis town, a brother I buried while he still walked around. Got his years on my conscience, got truth by my side, and I'll spend what remains helping men what I denied. Let the river roll on, let the stormwater cleanse. Some debts never vanish, but a man can make amends. When the sunrise broke over that rain-washed ground, I faced my midnight debt in Memphis town. Stand your ground, stand your ground. Beside, debt still heavy, but no place to hide. I turned off my engine, I'm out from the house, walked through the dark with my helmet down. Same gravel driveway, same old oak tree, but 29 winters stood between that door and me. I live with a bottle and my temper high, a baby's cry fading in the back of my mind. Told myself they'd be better without my ways. Truth is, I was too weak to stay. There's a porch light burning like it knows my sin, like someone kept a little hope within. I stood at the gate with a shaking hand, a rusted out rider and a runaway man. Leave a porch light for a runaway man, not because he's worthy, not because you understand. I got a lifetime of sorry, got no excuse, got a heart beating hollow by the years I threw loose. Let the night stand still, let the truth cut deep. I got promises buried that I came back to keep. If that door never opens, I'll still say what I can under a porch light for a runaway man. Light burns low, stand your ground, don't ride away. Turn around. With my jaw and eyes, work shirt dirty, shoulders twice my size. He said, "Who are you?" though he already knew. I saw his mother's herd cutting straight through. I said, "I'm not here to claim any place or ask you to forgive what you see in my face. I left you a child when you needed a dad, and nothing I suffer can make that less bad." He said she waited till the waiting made her ill, kept that damn porch light on against her will. She passed last spring with your picture near. I lost my legs when I heard that, yeah. Leave a porch light for a runaway man, not because he's worthy, not because you understand. I got a lifetime of sorry, got no excuse, got a heart beating hollow by the years I threw loose. Let the night stand still, let the truth cut deep. I got promises buried that I came back to keep. If that door never opens, I'll still say what I can under a porch light for a runaway man. For a runaway man. Inside, brought out a box, her wedding band, and an old brass lock. Said she left this letter in case you appeared. I held that envelope through 30 lost years. She wrote, "I hated you, then I let it go. Our son grew good despite what you chose. Don't come back begging, come back standing tall. Be the kind of man he deserved after all." I folded that letter, put it in my vest, said, "I won't ask you to call me anything yet, but if your truck breaks down or your roof needs a hand, I'll be right here learning how to stand." Leave a porch light for a runaway man, not for the leaving, but the change in his hands. I got a lifetime of sorry, got hard work to do, got no right to a mercy, but I'll honor it true. Let the dawn come slow, let the old hurt speak. A man can't buy back all the years he was weak, but I'll show up tomorrow and tomorrow again under a porch light first night in years. I ain't running no more. There's a rusted halo hanging from my mirror. Swing with the mouse as the darkness gets near. Pulled it from the wreck where my best friend died. Never told his mother I was on that ride. We were drinking hard, running red line fast, laughing like young fools could outrun the past. Then the headlights spun and the silence came. I crawled from the fire carrying his name. Every night I see that burning steel. Every morning I wake to the weight I feel. I don't wear that halo like a holy man. I wear it so I never forget who I am. Rusted halo, swinging in the wind for the brother I lost in the hell I've been in. I got smoke in my throat, got his blood on my hands, still running from a truth that a man understands. Rusted halo, don't shine for me. I ain't looking for grace, I ain't asking to be free. Just lead this old engine through the cold unknown till I find somewhere to lay these ghosts down. Rusted halo, swinging low. Ride with me wherever I go. I rode past his house at 2:45. Saw the porch light burning where his bike used to be. His little girl was grown by the photograph frame. I parked down the road, too ashamed to say my name. Had a letter in my coat for 17 years, full of sorry words and whiskey stains and tears. But apologies die when they stay in your hand, and a coward on wheels is still a cowardly man. I turned that engine off beneath the rain, walked to that porch with all my blame. No road left to hide on, no lie left to sell, just a rusted piece of heaven from a living man's hell. Rusted halo, swinging in the wind for the brother I lost in the hell I've been in. I got smoke in my throat, got his blood on my hands, still running from a truth that a man understands. Rusted halo, don't shine for me. I ain't looking for grace, I ain't asking to be free. Just lead this old engine through the cold unknown till I find somewhere to lay these ghosts down. Eyes, I couldn't speak, couldn't hide behind lies. I held out the halo, said this was his. She touched that rust like a farewell kiss. She said he loved you, he'd want you alive, not dying 1 mile at a time on that ride. And something broke loose that I buried below when she put that rusted halo back in my palm slow. I can't change that night, can't undo that flame, but I can stop running from my brother's name. One hand on the bars, one prayer in my soul. I ride with the living and honor the gone. A rusted halo swinging in the wind for the brother I lost and the hell I've been in. I got smoke in my throat, got his blood on my hands, but I'm done being a ghost in a living man's skin. Rusted halo, ride home with me, not for forgiveness, but for memory. Lead this old engine through the breaking dawn. I'll carry his name, but I'll keep riding on. Ride on, ride on, ride on. Rusted halo, morning comes slow. Brother, I'm still here, and I'm riding home. There's a blood moon hanging on the county line. Red as the rage I kept buried inside. I got a folded note in my leather coat and a tank full of reasons not to go home. The paper said my old man passed last night. No final word, no chance to make it right. Just a graveyard time and a preacher's name, and 30 hard years of unfinished blame. He raised me with a fist and an iron stare, taught me mercy was for men too scared. I swore I'd never turn into his kind, but his shadow kept growing inside of mine. Blood moon on the county line, watching two dead hearts collide tonight. I got his rage in my veins, his curse in my name. Been riding my whole life from the same old flame. Let the red sky burn, let the church bell toll. I ain't leaving this weight in another man's soul. Before the morning comes, before the stars resign, I'll bury that fire on the county line. Bury that fire, county line. Break that chain tonight. Oh yeah. I pulled through the gate while the rain came down. Saw a black coat standing on sacred ground. My sister looked older than I remembered her, held a little boy with his grandfather stare. She said, you vanished when I needed you most. I had no answer that could bury that ghost. Then she said, that child don't need what we became. And something in me broke when she spoke his name. I stood by the casket, couldn't shed a tear, just felt every year that I fed my fear. Laid my old man's ring in the cold wet clay, said, what you put in me dies here today. Blood moon on the county line, watching two dead hearts collide tonight. I got his rage in my veins, his curse in my name. Been riding my whole life from the same old flame. Let the red sky burn, let the church bell toll. I ain't leaving this weight in another man's soul. Before the morning comes, before the stars resign, I'll says your family blood. I looked at his hands, clean and small, and saw a chance to end it all. I ain't your hero, I ain't your saint. I carry a darkness I learned to hate, but I never raised fear where love should grow, and I'll never teach you the hurt I know. Rain washed the dirt from my father's stone. First time in years I didn't feel alone. One old curse beneath the ground, one new engine turning around. Blood moon on the county line, fade with the ghosts I laid down tonight. I got his blood in my veins, but his rage ain't mine. I can choose what I carry when I cross that line. Let the red sky fade, let the church bell roll. I ain't passing that fire to another man's soul. When the morning comes and the first sun shines, I'll leave that curse on the county line. Blood moon fading, blood moon fading, black road wide. Blood moon left that fire on the county line. On the county line. I knew a king with a rusted back, gold tooth grin and a switchblade smile. He ran this road like a promised land, with a whiskey oath and a steady hand. Had 12 good brothers wearing his sign, swore they'd stand till the end of time. But money came talking, pride got loud, and the kingdom fell without a sound. I saw that throne in a junkyard rain, chrome turned red with a brother's blame. A man builds high, but the hard truth shows every crown turns dirt when the cold wind blows. We wear crowns made of dust, right on blood, right on trust. Got no palace, got no throne, just a hard black mile and a heart of stone. Let the proud men fall, let the liars rust. You find what a man is when the wheels give up, when the last flag burns and the night comes down. Only ghosts keep wearing that crown, dust to dust, right or rust. No king now, just us. I was 19 when he gave me a pass. Said, boy, this life don't give nothing back. Taught me how to fight, taught me how to run, never taught me when loyalty was done. The night they buried him outside town, half the crew never came around. I placed his ring in the red clay ground. He looked more peaceful without that crown. I ain't riding for a dead man's pride, ain't feeding hate till it eats me alive. I keep the code, but I leave the lie. A brotherhood ain't supposed to die. We wear crowns made of dust, right on blood, right on trust. Got no palace, got no throne, just a hard black mile and a heart of stone. Let the proud men fall, let the liars rust. You find what a man is when the wheels give up, when the last flag burns and the night comes down. Only ghosts keep wearing that crown. still. Said you made me hard, you made me strong, but you taught me some roads leading men wrong. I poured that whiskey, threw down that ring, heard the dirt swallow everything. No more kings, no more chains, just an engine turning through the pain. I keep the brothers who kept it true. I leave the poison that pulled us through. No throne above me, no grave below, just the ones I love and the miles to go. We wear crowns made of dust, right on blood, right on trust. Got no palace, got no throne, just a hard black mile and a heart of stone. Let the proud men fall, let the liars rust. You find what a man is when the wheels give up, when the last flag burns and the night comes down. I'll leave that crown buried in the ground. No king above me, no chain on my soul, crown in the dirt, still I roll. Flickered in my mirror again. Cold rain falling on the outskirts of Glen. Got a leather vest and a face they know, a loaded past and nowhere slow to go. I ain't running from the badge tonight, I'm running from the hunger I learned to fight. That old pack calling from the roadside black, saying once you're ours, you always come back. We used to ride like the law was dust, built our creed on revenge and trust, but loyalty twisted into blood and lies, and I saw too many brothers lose their eyes. There are wolves at the state line calling my name, with the teeth in the night and their hearts in the flame. But I cut off my colors, I buried that sign. I ain't going back to the wolves at the state line. Let the sirens cry, let the OPEC come. I got one road left and I'm gonna run it clean. They can chase my shadow till the stars don't shine. I ain't dying with the wolves at the state line. Wolves howl, state line, ride clean. This time they found me in a bar by the railroad yard. 3 old faces wearing vengeance hard, said your brother's blood still owns your hand. There's a traitor breathing in another man's land. I knew that road, knew the end of that ride. A shovel, a gun, and a grave with no sign. My brother died from the life we made. I wouldn't feed his memory another grave. I set my patch on that whiskey bar, said take your war. I carried it far. The room went silent, one bottle broke. I walked through the door into tire smoke. There are wolves at the state line calling my name, with the teeth in the night and their hearts in the flame. But I cut off my colors, I buried that sign. I ain't going back to the wolves at the state line. Let the sirens cry, let the OPEC come. I got one road left and I'm gonna run it clean. the state line. Asphalt ends, 5 black bikes, once my closest friends. The leader said, choose your blood or choose your grave. I saw my brother in the life I couldn't save. I said he was more than the hay we fed, more than another body left for dead. You want my colors, take them tonight, but you don't get my soul and you don't get this life. One engine 5, then another stood down. One by one, patches hit the ground. The night went still, the wind turned clean, like even wolves get tired of bleeding. There were wolves at the state line, calling my name with their teeth in the night and their hearts in the flame. But we cut off our colors, we buried that sign. Ain't no brothers left for the wolves at the state line. Let the sirens fade, free from the wolves at the state line. Ride free, ride free. Patches in the dirt, sun starting to shine. No more wolves at the state line. Bridge north of Baton Rouge, where the river runs black and the lights burn blue. Me and Johnny crossed it 100 times. 2 young devils on borrowed lives. He kept a brass belt tied beneath his bars, said it scared bad spirits from traveling far. The night it went down, that bell rang once, then the silence rolled in like a loaded gun. I pulled that bell from his shattered frame, kept it 12 years beside his name. But a promise buried still drags a man till he finishes what his brother began. Ring that bell at Mercy Bridge for the fallen boys and the lives we lived, for the whiskey nights and the vows we broke, for a brother still riding through the smoke. Let the river rise, let the cold wind roll. I got his last wish burning in my soul, till his son hears why his father never came. Ring that bell and speak his name. Ring low, river roll, ride on, brother soul. Down in Lafayette, only 2 years old when his son went black. I told myself the kid was better alone than hearing road tales from a man like me. But I found him working in a tie shop, babe. Same dark eyes, same crooked way. He saw that bell hanging off my machine, said my mama's got a picture of one like these. I couldn't lie, couldn't ride away. I said, son, your daddy saved my life that day. He pushed me clear when the steel came fast, and he gave you his tomorrow with his last. Ring that bell at Mercy just closed his fist around that bell like a sacred gift. Said, take me there where my father fell. So 2 bikes rolled out beneath that bell. At the bridge rail, he tied it down. Let that brass voice shake the ground. Then said, old man, you carried him far, I'll carry him now. Wherever we are, river below, new engines high. One old grief finally learned to ride. The bell rang clear through the breaking dawn, like Johnny's saying, boys roll on. Ring that bell at Mercy Bridge for the fallen boys and the lives we live, for the blood we gave and the love we owe, for a father's fire in his son's soul. Let the river rise, let the cold wind roll. Some names never die on the open road. 2 riders left with the flame reclaimed, while that bell kept singing Johnny's name. Mercy Bridge, river below, ring for my brother and let him go. Got a set of chains on the rearview glass, from a county sale and a crooked past. This swing like a warning every mile I make, for the kind of man I don't wanna wake. Did 5 hard years for a barroom fight, 1 bad bottle, 1 bloody night. A young man fell and he didn't rise. I've carried his mother in the back of my mind. They said my time was paid when the gate swung wide, but no prison holds what a man keeps inside. I rode out west with a name gone cold and a pair of chains I could never let go. I got chains on the rearview, scars on my hands, a soul doing time in a free man's lane. Every road behind me got a ghost in the lane. Every mile ahead keeps calling my name. Let the black wheels turn, let the hard truth come. I can't undo the damage that these hands have done, but I won't let the devil decide what I do while those chains keep swinging on the rear view. Chains swing low, still right through. Past ain't gone, rear view. Down the south of Abilene, blue paint fading, windows clean. Sat in the corner with my helmet down, till she filled my cup and turned around. I said his name and the whole room froze. Her hand gripped hard on the coffee pot handle. I said, no words can give back your son. She said, then tell me what you done since then. I told her I ran, told her I drank, told her every road led back to that mistake. She stared to me, then spoke real slow. Living better is the only apology I need to know. I got chains on the rear view, scars on my hands, a soul doing time in a free man's land. Every road behind me got a ghost in the lane. Every mile ahead keeps calling my name. Let the black to leave, rain running down the dining marquee. I took those chains from the mirror frame, held them out like a piece of my shame. She closed my fist, said keep them there, not as a sentence but a reason to care. My boy is gone, you still have breath. Don't build another grave from the one that's left. I ain't innocent, I ain't clean, but I ain't only the worst I've been. I'll ride with the weight, I'll live what is true, with those chains still swinging on the rear view. I got chains on the rear view, scars on my hands, a soul walking forward in a broken man's land. Every road behind me got a ghost in the lane, but every mile ahead don't have to end the same. Let the black wheels turn, let the new dawn come. I can't undo the damage that these hands have done, but I live like a man with the dead coming due, with those chains still swinging on the rear view. Chains swing low, morning breaking through. One more road to ride true. There's a dry wash south of the Arizona line, where I buried a pistol in '99, wrapped in a bandana with a dead man's ring, and the last clean piece of anything. His name was Gabriel, he rode by my side till the card game turned and the bottle light. I drew in anger, saw the muzzle flash, and heard my whole life shatter in the glass. I told the law he left town, headed east, told his woman he ran from the life he'd keep. But the desert don't forget what a man's hands do. Every night those coyotes sing it back true. Coyotes sing for the guilty at night, under Dead Star heaven and a moonbone light. They call through the cactus, they cry through the stone, for the men we put down and pretend are gone. Let the dry sand shiver, let the old grave speak. I've been strong for the light, now I'm done being weak. When the wind finds my name where the lost ones lie, coyotes sing for the guilty tonight. Sing low, desert wide, truth comes home in the night. I found this woman in a trailer outside Page, two grown sons and a face lined with age. She opened that door with a guarded stare, said, I've seen that bike while you're here. I held out the ring, couldn't lift my eyes. Said Gabriel never left, I buried him in lies. I was drunk, I was angry, and I took his life. Then I stole your goodbye and I stole your right. A roller boy hit me till I tasted dirt. I didn't raise a hand, didn't dodge the hurt. She stopped him crying, said show me where, and the desert went silent when I led them there. Coyotes sing for the guilty at night, under Dead Star heaven and a moonbone light. They call through the cactus, they cry through the stone, for the men we put down and pretend have gone. Let the dry sand shiver, let the old grave speak. I've been strong for the light, now I'm done being weak. When the wind finds my name where the lost ones lie, coyotes sing for the guilty tonight. on showed a rusted chain, his bandana faded by years of rain. His woman fell down, pressed her hand to the ground, and made a kind of cry that don't carry a sound. I said, call the sheriff, I'll wait right here. She looked at my jacket through a lifetime of tears, said prison won't give him back to my door, but you don't get to ride from his name anymore. I took them his body, I gave them his truth, gave up the legend I wore in my youth. When the patrol lights painted the desert red, I heard those coyotes singing for the dead. Coyotes sing for the guilty at night, under Dead Star heaven in a hard white light. They called through the cactus, they cried through the stone for a brother I killed and finally brought home. Let the cell door close, let the old gray speak. A man ain't forgiven just because he comes clean, but when the wind finds my name, where the lost ones lie, I'll answer those coyotes till the day I die. Gabriel, brother, truth came too late. Coyotes still singing outside that gate. Flickering white light, rain on my leather, nowhere in sight. A young kid pulled in on a rusted machine, with fear in his eyes and blood on his sleeve. He said, mister, don't call no law tonight. I put my old man down in the kitchen fight. He swung at my mama, I did what I could. I saw my own rage where that young rider stood. I knew that shaking, knew that flame, how one hard second can bury your name. The road don't save you from what you've done, but a man can stop another from learning to run. We're sinners at the gas station light, two broken shadows in the pouring night, with our hands full of hurt and our hearts full of blame, trying not to feed another life to the flame. Let the cold rain fall, let the blue lights come. A man ain't brave just because he runs on the buzzing heaven beneath that white light. Well, sinners trying to set one thing right. Stand still, face the night, no more running, make it right. I bought him coffee, took his knife away. He said, son, hear every word I say. I spent half my life where the iron door slammed, for thinking rage was the measure of a man. His mama pulled in with a bruised left eye, held that boy like she couldn't let him die. Sirens rolled softly over the hill. He looked at me once, then he stood still. They put him in cuffs, but he walked straight, no ties, screaming through a lifelong mistake. His mother whispered, I don't know your name. I said, just someone who once chose shame. We're sinners in the pouring night with our hands full of hurt and our hearts full of blame, trying not to feed another life to the flame. Let the cold rain fall, let the blue lights come. A man ain't brave just because he runs on the buzzing heaven beneath that white light. We're sinners trying to set one thing right. He said, will I be okay? I looked at those cuffs and the rain on his face. Said it won't be easy, it won't be clean, but you ain't the worst thing you've ever been. I watched those taillights fade into black, felt 20 lost years climbing my back. Then I saw my reflection in the pump glass shining. For once that stranger looked me in the eye. No preacher near, no church bell sound, just water and oil on holy ground. Sometimes redemption don't blaze bright, it shakes in the rain under fluorescent light. We're sinners at the gas station light, still carrying scars through the pouring night, with our hands full of hurt but our hearts still awake, learning one good choice can change what we make. Let the cold rain fall, let the morning come. A man stands taller when he quits the run. On the buzzing heaven beneath that white light, one sinner helped another face the night. Gas station, halo, dawn burning white. One more broken man riding right. Fire in the morning at the county line, black coffee burning like a warning sign. Rain on the window, ash in the tray. Another town behind me, another debt to pay. The girl at the counter didn't ask my name. She seen enough drifters wearing the same cold-eyed silence, worn-out boots. Man who lost everything but the truth. I left my good intentions in Tennessee, left my last forgiveness in New Orleans. All I got now is a tank and a spark, and a reason to keep moving through the dark. Black coffee and gasoline, the only blood running clean through me. Got a bad moon hanging where my heart should be, in a dead-end past that won't let me leave. I ain't looking for love, I ain't begging for peace, just a long black road where my ghost can't reach. With a fist full of scars and an old machine, I'm living on black coffee and gasoline. Gasoline, keep that engine mean. Gasoline. I once had a porch with a swing out back, a woman in white and a dog named Jack. She put my hand on the cradle one night, said choose this home or that endless ride. I stood there frozen with my helmet down, too proud to stay, too lost to turn around. Now that boy's grown somewhere without my face, face, and I keep his birthday tucked in my case. Some roads ain't freedom, they only run from the damage that a man has done. But shame don't turn these wheels around, it only makes that engine louder now. Black coffee and gasoline, the only blood running clean through me. Got a bad moon hanging where my heart should be, in a dead-end past that won't let me leave. I ain't looking for love, I ain't begging for peace, just a long black road where my ghost can't reach. With a fistful of scars and an old machine, I'm living on black coffee and gasoline. And gasoline. By an old payphone, had a number memorized down to the bone. My hand hit the buttons, but I couldn't speak. Just listened to the ring till my knees went weak. Maybe one day I'll face what I left behind. Maybe grace is waiting past the county line. But tonight this road is all I know. A bitter cup and a motor load. Just a wreck of a heart and a runaway man. Still breathing smoke, still tasting regret, still chasing the dawn I ain't found yet. Black coffee and gasoline, the only blood running clean through me. Got a bad moon hanging where my heart should be, and a dead-end past that won't let me leave. Just a long black road where my ghost can't reach. With a fistful of scars and an old machine, I'm living on black coffee and gasoline. Black coffee, gasoline. One more sunrise that I might never see.